Welcome to Good Work Southwest Florida. I'm Brandi Broxson, editor of the Journal and Naples Daily News, and this week we'll bring you an interview with Ron Ciesla, chair of the Gentlemen Against Domestic Violence Initiative. But first, I'd like to give you an update from the philanthropic community. If you're a local cyclist, you may want to consider riding in the upcoming Pan Florida Challenge. The second annual Pan Florida Challenge for Hungry Kids event will challenge 100 committed cyclists to cross Florida from Naples to Palm Beach on bike. The ride will encompass 160 miles over 2 days, March 28th to 29th, with the hopes of providing funds to feed 250,000 meals to hungry children. According to Tish Kelly, ride director of the Pan Florida Challenge, a team of professionals will guide participants across Florida from Naples to Palm Beach with all accommodations provided. To register to ride, go to panfloridachallenge.org. The David Lawrence Center recently held its signature destination-themed fundraiser on January 17th at Ritz-Carlton, Naples. The ballroom was transformed into the Parthenon in ancient Greece for the gala, which turned back the hands of time and transported guests to Athens. The event included dancing, a silent auction, and Greek-inspired cuisine. All proceeds raised will benefit the not-for-profit Mental Health and Substance Abuse Treatment Facility, which serves children, adults, and families. And if you'd like to see more episodes of Good Work Southwest Florida or find out how you can get involved, go to naplesnews.com/community/journal and click on Good Work Southwest Florida. That's all for this week. Have a piece of news from the philanthropic community I should know about? Email me at bkbroxson@naplesnews.com or connect with me on Twitter at Brandi Broxson. And now we'll go to Kayla Boronell's interview with Ron Ciesla from the Shelter for Abused Women and Children.
Hi, and thank you so much for joining us. And today we're in studio with Ron Ciesla, the event chairman of the annual tailgate. Ron, how are you?
I'm terrific, Kayla. How are you this morning?
Doing great. And you guys are doing a really great thing in our community, standing against domestic violence. Can you tell me about your program?
Sure. Well, the tailgate supports the shelter's efforts that are targeted towards young men in the community. Statistically, while abusive situations in families can be caused by both members of a relationship, primarily it is the man who is causing the abusive situation. So the initiative that the shelter has targets young men, and we call it a gentleman's initiative. We're trying to instill a sense of civility and peace and respect amongst the young men in the community, to teach them that an abusive situation and a violent situation is no way to express love for an individual. And for some people it's a power thing. For some young men it's a power thing, and we're trying to also instill in those young men that power and strength does not come from being abusive to someone you supposedly love. So that's the initiative that we're trying to, as gentlemen within the community, trying to instill with the young men here in town.
And you guys have an annual tailgate where you get together, a group of great gentlemen such as yourself, y'all get together. Can you tell me about the event and what you guys do and how you raise the funds for the shelter?
Sure. I mean, it started actually 10 years ago as a luncheon, and the goal was to get 100 gentlemen in the community to grow the awareness about the issue of domestic violence. And it eventually morphed over time into what we now call a tailgate. It's just a little more fun than a formal luncheon that was held at a very nice place where everyone pretty much had to dress up. We went with a tailgate theme about 5 years ago, and it's an afternoon event. It's gentlemen only, men only. And there are some sporting games. As if you've gone to football tailgates, there's a lot of barbecue food going around. There's stuff to drink, and we make it a real fun event. We've now kind of gotten a recipe down, a template down for the event that seems to be working very well. And we've increased the number of men attending now to this year. I think we had close to 170 people buy tickets. And we had about 150 show up. Some guys just called us and said, I want to support this. It's very important, and the awareness is growing within the community about the importance. I just can't make it for one particular reason or another. So we had about 150 guys there this year. It's all casual. It's not a tuxedo event. It starts around 5 and ends at about 8 or 9 o'clock. and works very, very well. Sporting, some golf games, and then we had a speaker who addressed the issues of domestic violence who just wowed the audience this year.
And thank you so much for coming in today and speaking to us about this big issue and speaking to us about how our community can get involved. So I really appreciate you and thank you so much.
It's
for
my
coming
pleasure.
in.
It's a terrific opportunity, and I thank you very much.
Thank you. And if you want to find out more information on the shelter, visit www.naplesshelter.org. Thank you so much to our guest, Ron Ciesla, and make sure that you're tuning in with us next week for more Good Work, Southwest Florida.